Hi guys, I am back with another illuminating video in regards to an event that just happened to me. On my Facebook or fake book page, my profile is not fake, but this whole process is this whole, sharing and I'm going to have all these great pictures of myself and how happy I truly am from everyone in the world. This event happened to me. I just put this post up yesterday in regards to Santos Bonacci and his video that he has currently on YouTube called Judgment Day, Atonement Day. And it's all to do with the date 9/23. Now, this has been seen in many, many movies. Many people are catching on to this date as a special date, and Santos Bonacci actually explains it. We're going to get into his video in just a little bit, and I'm just going to let it play all the way through so that all of the information can be copied and replicated and posted in another form on my channel to spread the awareness of it, because we need to elevate to higher realms, spreading the word. And the word is of God, because we are the ones who are here to bring the light. So in order to do that, we must share as much as possible the things that we see and the things that we know. Well, after I posted this, I get a comment from someone perpetuating themselves to be a U.S. general, trying to say sweet nothings to me and swoon me into adding them as a friend. Obviously we all appreciate genuinely nice comments. I mean, that's just a thing of gratitude. I mean, that's normal, but that is not how to swoon me. Words are cheap, I mean, this is how people can be tricked, is by, listening to people's words. It's the actions of people that will really raise your eyebrows. So this person, claiming to be a U.S. general, reached out to me. His name supposedly, allegedly, is David Hill. I do not believe this is a real person. It says, as a U.S. general, I'm putting you under arrest if you don't send me a friend request. And if you wonder what you did wrong, you made me view your profile picture for more than an hour using charm on your beautiful face. Yes, I'm arresting you for being pretty. I will be glad to have you as a friend if you don't mind sending me a friend request. Thanks. God bless you. This person obviously knows zero zilch about me and anything that I do. So my profile page is private, but the things that I share are public so that people can actually see the truth that's there and what I have to say about different things in the world. And so, number two, most people that want to add you as a friend will send you a friend request, of which if I don't know you in any form or fashion, I've never seen your face, and you're not associated with anybody that I know, I will decline you. That's how I roll. I do not add people just to collect friends. I have genuine connections with the people that I add as my friend. And so, this is keeping it real. And I question everyone and their associations. And especially something like this, where someone actually contacts me and makes this kind of request from me to add them as a friend, just because of what they're stating they are, their status. That does not impress me ever. I don't care about status. I don't care about how much wealth someone has. These things will never sway me, ever, no matter what. I'm just that. I'm very grounded in my reality, in my beliefs, in my stance upon life and living things. And if you're not of the natural world and you're not of alchemy and all this, forget it. I cannot be swayed by your charms. So what I did is actually go and look at this guy's profile. And in looking at this profile, these are obviously pictures ripped from the internet or something. I believe this to be a fake profile, quite possibly from the CIA, because the CIA owns and operates Facebook. And the giveaway is that if this was a U.S. general, He has 0 comments, 0 likes on all of his photos, which would indicate that this person is a shill, possibly, potentially a scammer. But how in the world did they find my profile, number one? Because I'm not really listed. I don't put myself out there with my fake book information, because I list all kinds of truth, and I have nothing to do with my personal life, except for some of the photos that have been taken in the movie industry with the different actors and such, which would totally not even indicate my personality at all, even though I'm, with these famous people. So how this person even found my post is befuddling, because every time I make a post, there's almost little to no comments ever. So that's what is raising red flags about this whole event. This really was raising flags. As you can see on his profile, there are many photos uploaded of snapshots that were taken on military bases and all kinds of things, and selfies and whatever. But guess what? This person has 0 likes, 0 comments, no information, no personal information. Let's see what kind of friends he has. No friends to show. Very questionable, I might add, that this person has this. So this is a completely fake profile. Okay, when we go and do a general search for a Major General David Hill, there is information in regards to him and his actions. But at the same time, if you are this popular and have this much clout and that many badges, you would have friends on your profile page. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a fake profile. I want to note that if you listen to Jordan Maxwell's videos in regards to military and the badges that they wear, you would know that all of these badges, they're not tied to states necessarily, except in a manner that is an occult association. He mentions deep in one of his videos that I can't even recall right offhand because I've been through so many of them. He mentions that these color badges are associated to the demons that they will be sacrificed to if they die. So you might want to think about that, about these colors. Colors actually speak a language, and especially in the manner that they're spoken of here. This is a language. Most people just take these things and feel good about it because they've been through some stuff and they've been given these as rewards. This is like feeding a cookie to a dog, okay? They go and they do horrible things to people in other countries for this honor. And who are they actually giving their allegiance to? This is the question. So, but this guy, is not the one contacting me. So let's get into Santos's video.
So what I'm going to be talking about is the equinox coming up in a couple of weeks. We're about 12 days away. And as you know from my work, the equinoxes and the cross-quarter days, they make the eight-spoked wheel, which the dark forces use those 8 days as portals to do their activities. For instance, March the 20th was when COVID was launched. That's the equinox. George Bush started both of his wars on March the 20th. That's the equinox. March is Mars, war. That's when you take action. The other big action day is opposite, Libra, the 23rd of September. 239. The movies have been warning us about 239. This year, looking at the astrology, tropical astrology, because that's what the elite use, because they know that tropical astrology is the astrology that works every time. It is the most superior system, bar none, bar none. And that's why they use it, okay? They know what they're doing. The tropical points and the cross-quarter days, okay? Solstices and equinoxes. March 21st, Easter time. June 21st, starts the summer. 23rd of September, equinox. The start of the fall. The fall, that's when the stock market crashes happen, and that's when every other shit happens, like November 1st, the Day of the Dead, Halloween. That's a cross-quarter day, though. And then you've got 21st of December, Christmas, the goat, Capricorn. 21st of March, the lamb, Aries. So the movies have been warning us. I just posted, if you look at the post I just made on my community tab, you will see that I posted this coming equinox. It's getting around on TikTok, and a lot of people have been sending me the TikTok vids on 239. 9 is the 9th month, September, has always been associated with the Knights Templar, the Jesuits. Oh God, I've done this in other presentations. 9/11 is a very powerful day for the elite. But 9/23, which is also a number used, they use either 9/23 or 3/29 or 2/39. They mix it up, but you'll always see it in the movies, right? Now, you guys who know all about this, you will have seen, let me turn this around, I have to do something on my whiteboard. You will have seen on the movies that they have a clock, and they always have the hour clock here, right? And then they'll always have the minute clock at 11 minutes, okay? 9/11. But there's another one that they show in the movies all the time, and I've pointed this out many times. It's in the Jewish system, the 23rd of September, this equinox here, at the end of Virgo and the start of Libra, it's called Judgment Day or Atonement Day. Libra is about justice and weighing the scales of debt. Now, some recent videos, once you watch the 8-minute TikTok clip, which I posted on Facebook and YouTube community page just minutes ago, you will see what I'm talking about. Now, if you're all familiar with my my work, you will have seen this cross-quarter these days. I always do the equator, then I always do the Tropic of Cancer on top, like all maps have, and then I always do the Tropic of Capricorn, right? You've seen that on my videos many times. There's the equator in the middle, Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degrees above, Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degrees below. Let's do the sine wave. We start at March the 21st at the equinox. We go up to June the 21st, summer solstice, Cancer. We come down to here where we are now. Go down to December 21st and back to March the 21st. So you get a sine wave, a linear. But what I like to do is I like to make it static and circular. All right? So this now is over here. Okay, I'm going to make a circle with it. But so we know this is spring, summer, fall. See, we're going to start the fall when we get here in about 12 days. We're about here now on the ecliptic. I wish I could zoom out because it's very difficult to hold the camera. I do have a camera stand somewhere, but I forget where I put it. Okay, now, so we are here on the 12th, and there are videos getting around, which you will see I posted, about this year. If it's not this year, it will be next year, guys, what I'm about to tell you, okay? This is the day of judgment. It's called Judgment Day or Atonement Day in the Jewish system, because this month in astrology here is called Tishri. Libra is called Tishri. And they have Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah, the festival of tabernacles or booths or tents. This is Libra is very important, just as the opposite Easter season of Aries, the lamb. The scales of justice. The scales of justice, as I said, they're all about debt. All of the the three biggest stock market crashes in history have happened around the end of Libra. Because you see, this is the fall. Winter is here on the 21st of December. So you've got the solstices, the solstitial axis, solstice of Cancer on the Tropic of Cancer, 21st of June, solstice of winter, December, the goat, Capricorn, Christmas. All right, here we have equinox, and here we have the equinox we're coming to, and I'm going to be talking about right now. Libra, justice and finance. This is all justice and finance. It always happens around here, guys. Check out, go into the net and check out famous events that have happened in history on the 23rd of September, and you'll get what I mean. Okay, it's Judgment Day. Judgment Day is coming in 12 days. And if you watch those 8-minute videos that I've just posted, just but 15 minutes ago on Facebook and YouTube, you will understand what I'm talking about. And you'll see, you know, films with Jim Carrey, films with all these famous Hollywood actors. You always see 239 like that. You'll see it on a hotel door, motel door. You'll see it, like I said, on a clock. You'll see it like this. 9:23. Okay, so 9:11 and 9:23. Okay, so we also have the cross quarter days. Let's do the cross quarter days in red. Okay, that's if we take that line I put in there, it's not necessary. We can take that out. There you've got the 8-spoke wheel, the famous 8-spoke wheel. And at all these points, friends, all of these points, mass shootings, psyops, they're all based on those 8 days, okay? Now, this one is all about judgment, justice. Justice is coming. Something financial is going to happen. Remember, all stock market, the 3 biggest stock market crashes, 1929 happened on October the 19th, just here in Libra, at the end of Libra, right here. Libra, stock market crash, the worst depression in history, 1929, the 19th of October. Okay? I'm not fear-mongering here, guys. I'm just pointing out how things work. This is how things work. That's all you need. This is just sharing knowledge, okay? I don't want anybody to be afraid. I don't want anybody thinking that I'm, you know, predicting anything. I'm letting astrology talk here, and I'm letting the wheel of nature, God's will, which is this one, the cycles of nature, to speak to you, okay? Now, the other two, 1988 and 20 years later, 2008, they happen on the 25th of October. So you got the 19th of October and the 25th. 2 stock market crashes happened here, and the one in 1929 happened here. The worst stock market crashes. Admittedly, that's Scorpio territory. That is not Libra. But Scorpio is the number 8. It's about destruction. So what it's telling you is that Judgment Day comes here. they everyone thinks the 15th of March in 15th of March. So that's March the 21st. No, the 15th of April, isn't it? Anyway, everyone believes that knows about the tax day over here, right? But this is economy, finance time. This is the month of finance. As I said, everything happened. All the three worst stock market crashes in history happened between the 19th and the 25th. This is Libra. This is Scorpio. This is finance and justice and judgment. This is destruction and transformation. So if there's going to be some destruction around this 23rd of September, there you go. It's basically 9/11 back. 9/11, or as they have it, they have 9/11, but it's basically 9/2/3. You'll see that version as well on the videos. Once you watch the TikTok videos on the 239 conspiracy, okay, go to TikTok and just watch 239 conspiracy, okay, and especially this year. I'm thinking whatever's going to happen here, I don't know because I'm not God, right? Whatever's going to happen here is going to be pretty serious. Now, what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to actually pause it here because I want to have a look at the astrology so I can tell you what's happening this year, okay? I don't know how to do this, so I think I might be being paused for a minute. Okay, I'm back again. All right, so this year, of course, on that date, this year, the sun is going to be, right? Let me get rid of these red lines and let me show you the whole zodiac because it's a 12-spoke wheel. It's not 8. 8 is for something else, which right now we won't go into, but it's all electromagnetics. This is an electromagnetic chart, okay? So we're looking at this date here, the 23rd, okay? So Judgment Day. Justice is coming. Something big is going to happen. And the videos are showing that it's going to happen this year. One video, a cartoon, says blackout date. And then the camera goes over to the left and it shows 23/9. And then you go over here and it says blackout dates, the 23rd of September. And then in another video, it says 2023. This is the year. Are they going to put down the grid, shut the grid off? Are they going to implement some kind of new world system, monetary system? Is the American dollar going to crash? Yeah. By the way, don't even bother commenting, guys, please, because seriously, the comments are going to disappear once I upload this, right? So how do you get rid of them? You're just distracting me. Oh, well. So it must be. Okay, so remember, the 19th is right at the end of Libra. And this is the fall, right? You can see that the sun's falling. The sun has to fall down to December, to the winter, to hell. Inferno, inverno. Infierno, inverno. Italian and Spanish. They're the same. Winter and hell are the same words. In Italian, inferno, hell. Inverno, winter. In Spanish, infierno, hell. Invierno, winter. So that's the fall. So Judgment Day is here. Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah, the Festival of Tabernacles. This is going to be a big one. Whatever happens, I don't know. But I just looked at the astrology. The sun, of course, is going to be here, right here. But guess where the moon's going to be? Right here, guys. On the cusp of Sagittarius and Capricorn. So let's get rid of Tishri. And let's put here, so that's Capricorn. And that's Virgo and Libra. Saturn exalts in Libra. If you are an astrologer, you will know what that means. It's very important. Saturn is like the boss in Libra because Saturn's cold and winter begins. The cold, this is the winter. This is the spring, summer, fall, winter. And if it's a 24-hour clock again, it's also the day. It's a 24-hour clock. Midday, 6 a.m., midnight, 6 p.m., midnight, 6 a.m. So obviously you've got daytime, darkness. Saturn is the ruler of darkness. Here, the sun exalts. This is the symbol for the sun in astrology. This is the symbol for Saturn. Horus and Sept. The sun exalts in Aries and starts the beautiful daylight. This is the nighttime where Satan begins. He exalts in the nighttime. This is a 24-hour clock. This is the year. It's also the human body, but we won't go into that. You'll know this from all of my presentations. You'll understand this, okay? So Satan is the ruler of Libra. And Scorpio is, of course, there's a cross-quarter day here called Halloween. And here in Mexico, we celebrate the Day of the Dead because this cross-quarter point here, this cross-quarter day is when the veil between the unseen and the seen world is thinnest during the year. And the Pleiades in Taurus opposite, the seven sisters, they will be directly above your head, or not necessarily if you live on the equator. The Pleiades will be directly above your head on Halloween Day at midnight. But if you're sort of living in Alaska, you'll still see Pleiades at the top of the arc, at the apogee, at the apex, or the summit point. It'll always be here, the Pleiades, on the Day of the Dead. So you've got death here, you've got judgment here, you've got economic crashes here, all clustered within a week, the 19th and the 25th. But remember, this is the day we're talking about. And some of the movies are indicating that it will be this year. You can see how things are plummeting, guys. The Australian dollar is plummeting, okay? When I first came to Mexico, if I took 20,000 pesos out of the teller machine, I remember when I was living in Oaxaca, 20,000 pesos converted to 1,300 Australian dollars. Right now, when I go to the teller machine to get 20,000 pesos, because that's the maximum I can get, my bank in Australia charges me $2,000. So when I first came to Mexico, the conversion was $1,300. Now it's $2,000, $700 more. What I'm saying is we can see pretty much what's going to happen, okay? It's likely that this day is going to bring some massive, it's a portal. Whenever these days happen, these important days, you can see all the conspiracy dates. They're all tropical. It's all based on the tropical calendar, okay? All of it. And you can see that they all happen on time. Remember, George Bush started his two wars here on the 20th of March. And even the Bolshevik, when did the Bolshevik, that was in November in Scorpio. under the stars of Scorpios when the Bolsheviks, one of the world wars started around here on this equinox. Punch in your browser dates, important events in history on the equinox of March the 20th, right? And then also ask about the 23rd of September, right? Go back and see, and you'll see that many things happens on this cross. That's the cross, guys. Essentially, that's the cross of Christ, the Christian cross. See, this is the equinoxes because they're equal. This is the December solstice because the shadow cast, if you put a pole in the ground, a sundial, in winter you will get a long shadow, depend where you live. In summer, depending on where you live, here in Mexico, we get a shadow like this. It's very sharp. Okay, in Australia, I always used to see this in the winter. Okay, because this is the winter, and of course the short part is the short shadow. This is a sundial in the middle. It's showing you this. It's showing you that the equinoxes are equal length, and then the winter solstice has a long shadow, long December, Capricorn, short shadow in the summer, Cancer. But here is the day of judgment. So what can we expect? Well, the moon is going to be on the cusp. Saturn's already on the cusp of Pisces and Aquarius. It's about 2 degrees. I think he's in, let me check. Okay, so Saturn is on 2 degrees Pisces on the cusp. So Satan is over here. The moon monster is going to be right here, right here. This day is called the festival of St. Thomas. All is atom. All is atom. And this is the day, believe it or not, the solstice, the 21st of December, the day of St. Thomas, because Thomas or Jesus gets crucified. Remember, he's born on the 25th of December, yeah? And then he climbs, he's born. That's when you, of course, if you die here, 4 days later, you start climbing, waxing, and then, of course, this is the day, the 24th of June is the day of St. John the Baptist, his cousin, 6 months older than Jesus. And John the Baptist says, I will go on decreasing, and he, my cousin Jesus, will go on increasing. It's talking about the cycle of waxing and waning. Duh. But of course, people like to listen to their pedophile, deviant, degenerate pastors, whether they are Seventh-day Adventists, Jehovah's Witnesses, Baptists or Mormons. They are all fucking demon-worshipping, Rothschild-funded and Rockefeller-funded, satanic, mind-controlled, fuck with your head, send you to hell organisations. There's no Christianity in those 501c3. And if you don't believe it, 501c3, check it out. Ask Google, are the Jehovah's Witnesses 501c3 a NGO organisation? Because if they are, they do not serve God. They serve the government. This does not belong to God. 501c3 churches do not belong to God. They belong to Satan, the God of this world. Jehovah's Witnesses, hello. Baptists, hello. All you nappy-wearing literalist Christians, wake the fuck up. This is all what Jesus is, okay? It's all about this. It's why do all of these events in history always happen on the same crucial dates? And I've done the dates. I've got presentations out there. It's on my channel. You will know all about these dates, okay? So that moon, you know what happens when the moon comes here? In astrology, this is called the IC. This is the tomb. This point here is, in astrology, this is called the DC. This is the MC, the midheaven, and this is the ascendant. So you've got in astrology, you've got the AC, the ascendant, because the sun always rises in the east, and then it right ascension of meridian, hits the zenith. I've got the wrong word there, but it doesn't matter. The apex, there's a proper word for that in astrology. Then it goes down, and the sun sets always in Virgo, always. And then Libra, Satan always destroys the light because he exalts at this point here. And then Satan rules Capricorn. Look at that. He's a cross. And then this line represents the earth, the ruler of the earth. So we've got Satan exalting in Libra, Saturn and Satan domiciled in Capricorn and Aquarius. These are his two signs. Okay, so these 2 points usually have evil associated with them. And these, Easter and this point, usually are good points. But it doesn't always work like that. They're all good and bad. They all are. But this is bad. It's good, but it's bad. Why? Why would it be bad? Because it's falling. The sun now is falling. The nighttime starts. No one likes when they're building their house and it's getting dark. Oh, no, we've got to do, we've got to put the last tiles on the roof. Oh, we can't see. We don't have electricity. Dang. Nighttime comes. Everybody dreads this point here, mate. It's like not having a meal. It's like not eating food for a week or a month, or not having water to drink. Everyone knows that this part of the wheel, the cycle, the winter or the night, everyone knows that this is, Satan's kingdom. Satan is always ruling here. So Saturn, the crown, Kronos, the people who work for the crown and the corona, and, King Charles, the crowned king of England, the Antichrist, and he's obviously the fucking ugliest cunt that ever existed, like his fucking ugly grandmother, Victoria, great-grandmother, and his ugly lizard, Queen Elizabeth. I'm glad she's dead, and wherever she is in the ghost world, fuck you, you fucking reptile demon dog, because when you meet me on the other side, you will regret it, you fucking whore. And the son of a whore, King Charles, who is now talking about, here, right now, they're talking about, we should start locking things down again, yeah? Let Satan put everybody in jail. Atonement Day, Judgment Day. They're talking about it. In Australia, they're already doing it. People are wearing masks. Mask time. The scam is about to begin, guys, at the descendant. Die. This is death. This is the tomb. This is rebirth. This is life, the paradise of God, Jerusalem, because it's summer. It's glorious. Okay. Now, I don't want to miss anything here. I think I've got everything out that I wanted to say. If you guys did put some interesting, can you put something interesting that I might be able to add in here instead of all this bullshit like, most of the comments are people talking about what they ate for breakfast 6 months ago. Otherwise, I think I've said everything I want to say, but if you can see something that is absolutely obvious that I've missed, now's the time, or forever hold your peace, okay? So I'm just going to sort of wait for some good comments. And if you've got some good comments, do it in capital letters for me in the comments, guys. Because I know in my mind, I know that I'm missing a lot. I had a lot to say, a hell of a lot. You know how the Simpsons predicted 9/11? and all of these other things, you know, the $1 bill, the US $1 bill. We know all this, right? We know how this was predicted, 9/11. But you'll find that in Hollywood, the number 23 is their number. That's the big one. 23 is their number. You'll see, punch in Google Images, Hollywood people and the number 23 and see what happens, okay? And you'll see that they've been trying to tell us in the movies. Once you watch the 8-minute TikTok videos that I just posted on Facebook and here in the community tab. Please do it, guys. I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm just telling you how things work, okay? Something major will happen this year according to the video. They might be lying. They might be just false, you know, they might be just having fun with us. So you don't have to panic or anything, but I would definitely, like, I've got loads of, you know, good water. Yeah, I'm not worried at all, but we have to actually buy our water. The tank is up there. I get 2,000 litres for 800 pesos. That's where the tank is, behind that brown there. So, and that's spring water, but we know it's contaminated up here in San Cristobal. So I've got also a lot of food stashed around the place. I'm not one of these prep guys. I don't. If I die, I mean, that'll be. If I starve to death, I mean, so fucking what, you know? I mean, I'm not that kind of a prepper. There's this fear mongering, you know, people. I mean, I guess it's the way they are. I'm not that way, but they're all about, oh, make sure you have plenty of cans, you know, stored, and make sure you have gold and silver and get arms and bullets. You know what? Shut the fuck up. Whatever happens, okay? Preparedness is good. We all know that. Preparedness is fantastic. Someone just mentioned urine therapy. I've always said this, guys, if ever you get to a point where you have to run and you've only got time to grab one thing, make sure it's an open-ended, like a jar like this. I wouldn't necessarily bring glass. I'd probably do plastic or something like that. But I would bring an open-ended one so you can wee in it. You don't want to, you know, you don't want to do something like like that, because you're going to miss. And you can survive on your urine for, depends on how healthy you are. If you're healthy, you'll survive on your urine for about, you know, a year. Most people, even if they're sick, really sick, will do about a month. But if you've got one thing to take with you, believe me, it's a bottle. You don't want to be drinking water from rivers and contaminated. You want to be drinking your own urine. It's filtered. Check out all the work I've done in the last 12 years on my channel about urine therapy. Here in my house, I always have aged urine. There's a whole bunch of it under there. Those are all a year, 6 months old. This bottle here, in there, that one there, that's 2 years old from when I was in Puerto Morelos, 2.5 years old. That's MMS. You know, things like apple cider vinegar, which will alkalize you. But I mean, these are things that you should already know. What you don't probably know is that urine is simply the best food there is for humans. The best. You hydrate yourself, you get plasma, you get creatine, you get all the tissue salts, you get all the minerals, all the trace minerals. They're all filtered by the kidneys. You get negatively charged alkaline, structured water. You get gold, ormus. I could go on and on and on about urine and how the most important one item that you have to take if you have to escape. I really don't think that the dark ones are going to win. They've been tricked. They're archons, they're demons who are their overlords. There are 12 living dead rulers of this world. There's a council of 12 and the 13th one is in the middle. The 13th one gets direct channeling from the demiurge, the god of this world. Because the God that we think is God, the source, he has virtually nothing to do with this world. This world is about the demiurge. It's Jesus and Satan, Horus and Sept. It's the good guy and the bad guy. And what's going to happen is they're both going to win. They both always get to win, and the timelines are going to split. We who are on the path, we will hit the correct timeline, and we will hit what's called heaven, the realm of heaven. And unfortunately, I'm sorry to tell you guys, but all your sheeple friends and relatives, they're going to go to the hellish timeline. It's already, the split started in 2012. It's been 12 years now. And I mean, if you'd have to be drunk or stupid not to have noticed that there are two different simulations going on right now, or two different timelines. Well, they are going to diverge more and contrast more and be more palpable and noticeable very, very soon. And I do predict, dear friends, that it's going to be on 239. Watch the video and it will blow your mind. It's telling you. So whatever it is that you need to do, you are here right now. 12 days away from Judgment Day. Stock market crashes, everything, justice. This is going to be an economical, something very economical and financial is coming down, guys. Be prepared. That's all I've got to say. You know, I've got, I keep, if I get some cash, I stash it somewhere. Not in my house. No one will ever know where I stash my cash. But, here in Mexico, as I don't have a lot of Visa cards, that's why I'm living here, people are still going to be using cash for at least another 2 or 3 years. And that's why I came to the mountains, because up here in the mountains, you can get, look at the mountains, the glorious mountains where I live, guys. You can get bananas, mangoes, they're all growing up here, okay? Not at this height. I'm going to have to move. I'm about in San Cristobal. San Cristobal is just over there, by the way. I'm just living on the outskirts. You can see the city. The city is right down there. I'm going to have to go down. I'm at 7,000 feet. So 5,000 is the ideal, and that's where you can get food. So I'll be all good for that. But I'm not worried. I'm not one of these preppers. I'm not one of these guys that is worried about protecting their family. I don't have a family. I see people going over the top. That's fair enough. That's how they are. They are, secular types. Well, I'm not a secular type. I've always been into sacred things. Magic and astrology and truth. So, I don't care if I starve to death. I don't care about death. Death is the doorway to the ether. Remember, death is the doorway to the ether. D is the 4. Number 4, Shin in Japanese means death. 4th letter. Death, demon, disaster. demented, debauchery, degeneracy. Okay, the ether eat. The ether, death is the doorway to the ether, guys, and that's who you are. The ether is all permeating. It's you. It's infinite, unlimited, unconditioned, unqualified, eternal, conscious energy, God, and that's how you are, who you are. But remember, Judgment Day is coming in 12 days, and you want to be right on the right side of the scales. Remember Osiris in Amentet. Amentet, I think it's called. Yeah, Amentet is the underground. You see Osiris, and you see the scales, and you see a feather on one side and your heart on the other side. If your heart is heavier than the feather, then Osiris has to turn to his son, Horus, because the son is the savior. And he pleads with the son and he says, is there anything against this man or woman? And Horus can plead for them, for their cause. Well, that's the 23rd of the 9th, guys, 23rd of September, Judgment Day. With the Jewish system, it changes. This year it's going to be on the 24th. But don't pay attention to that, because on the fixed tropical calendar that they also use the tropical calendar, but the elite also use the lunar calendar as well. You see, so that's why Passover never corresponds to Easter. So the Jews and the Christians don't correspond, because the Christians are using this calendar here as it is, the tropical calendar. So no, wait a minute. Both do, both actually. Christmas is fixed, the 25th. So Christmas is always, that's a fixed date, but Easter is variable. Why? Because the Christians use the lunar calendar like the Jews. But disregard that, because the 23rd of September is Judgment Day. Okay, look, I might make another one now because my battery's really down, and it might even just chop off. So if I've got more to say, I'm going to say it in a few minutes, because I'm going to do another live. I'm going to be talking about the updates to the Syncretism Academy, okay? So stay tuned for that. And I've seen some comments of people saying this is scary. Nothing is scary. Nothing in this world is greater than you. Nothing can defeat you. You are everything that is. You will conquer. You will prevail. Nothing can harm you, not in this life, not in the next. There is nothing, there is absolutely nothing that exists, not a force, not a disease, nothing that can take your soul and your spirit away. They are immortal. You will always have them, okay? So we're just talking knowledge here. We're not scaring you, okay? If you're scared, then stop being scared, okay? Just snap out of it, okay? There's only fear and love, all right? He who fears loses.
So to continue about this guy, this David Hill general guy, my friend actually said that she was contacted by this guy as well. And it makes no sense, because she said possibly it's not fake. She tried to report him, and she said that nothing's been done about the account, which is kind of suspicious. She says possibly it's not fake. He contacted me as well. He did research on me, and he put a pic of what he thought was me while in the military. I think it's weird. So I am not suicidal, and that's what I said in my comment. That's why I am putting this video out, is because of my comment in regards to all of this. I appreciate your kind words. However, forgive me as my response may be taken as a bit brash. I haven't learned much rhetoric and only know how to be straight as an arrow, which tends to cause people pain. It's not intentional, but it's my natal chart and the way things are in my different houses that I came in to be. I tend to shy away from those who wear coded badges. Those color codes actually have deeper meaning, of which many are not aware of. I shy away from the people with color-coded badges or badges at all, and those who have worked extensively for the U.S. federal government. I'm probably on some government list somewhere for being an extreme critical thinker and deep researcher, aka conspiracy theorist, as deemed by the CIA. And to add, death does not scare me, and I'm not suicidal, so putting this right here. So I have no fear of the consequences of my mind expressing itself through my mouth, which is the moon or mood, in regards to many truths. And I incarnated to be a sword of truth and to restore light to the world with many others during this age of truth rising. Cheers, and not with alcohol. That being alcohol, y'all. So I just thought it was funny. So I just wanted to put this out there in the public view, full frontal view, because if anything happens to me from this weirdo contacting me and me slamming him, you'll know why. If you suddenly stop hearing from me for over a year and somehow my death was labeled a suicide or a fatal accident, then you'll know why. And you'll know to go and research this clown even further and know who to point the fingers at, because I'll need somebody to do it since I'll be gone. But just wanted to put this out here. It's kind of weird, kind of creepy, and kind of unusual. So I just wanted to give an update very quickly about the actions that I took against this profile of this person. I submitted a report. This is a fake account, and it came back that they did not remove this profile or do anything about it, basically, because they didn't see anything wrong with it, which means that this belongs to quite possibly a CIA agent. This is why I don't deal with these types of people. I don't know if, obviously, I don't think that this is a U.S. general. And yeah, my friends, like, they would never have time to be on Facebook trying to flirt with people. And I agree. But at the same time, there's no family on there for this. There's no friends for this person. There's no likes, shares, comments, anything. This account is suspicious. So if you want to go troll this person, please, by all means. I couldn't seem to have any actions against this account. So it leads me to be very suspicious in regards to what it's connected to. Obviously, people are watching, and believe me, I'm watching them. I have other videos to report on some different cameras that are popping up everywhere that I was very curious about. And yeah, reporting on the things that I see, because we need to be more aware of everything coming up and rising around us that we're maybe not privy to. So this is just another example. Obviously, even when I blocked him, his comment is still on my page. So I am going to label his page a CIA operative account with the profile photos of someone that it doesn't belong to. That's what I'm going to say. And I will not invite this person to my page. So I do suggest people stop inviting the vampires, especially if you don't know them, into your private world, because I do not consent. Again, I say this to the universe, and I do encourage everyone, go out to the stars, to the ethers, and say, you do not consent to any of the events that are playing out around us. You do not consent to the oligarchs' takeover of the world. You do not consent to all of the evils of the world taking over in this time and trying to do all these crazy things to us. Believe me, your voice, your intention, your mind is more powerful than you can ever know. I just wanted to make a quick mention about how I'm a member of the Set Painters and Scenic Artists of Georgia. Now, this group is for those people who are in the film union. And I came across this post from someone that stated to check your mail. My wife and I received letters from the entertainment partners. Now, that is the check agency. They're actually the accounting agency that would send you your paychecks. They were hacked. So the names, social security numbers, addresses, and tax ID numbers were stolen by someone. So entertainment partners suggested getting identity theft protection. That's not going to stop anything. But what was interesting is that, I never got any kind of notification. They still have my information, but I've been gone since 2020. And this event happened on August the 4th. At least this was posted by a person on August the 4th. So that is also happening, just so you guys know, that there's a lot of breaches in cybersecurity and stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like anything on the internet, anything of all that you put on the internet, it is not safe ever at any point. What I believe is happening is that there's a major push for this consolidation of information to be put into the Borg system that they're creating all around us. This is happening on a worldwide scale right now. So we need to be more aware of these things, that the more we put out there, the less sovereignty we actually have, less privacy, less everything. So I thought that's interesting because this probably ties into why Hollywood is still not running currently. And I also suspect that this whole Hollywood shutdown could be tied also to the fact that this major event is about to come to fruition. This has been predicted. This has happened in the past. If you just go and look up September 23rd, like every 10 to 20 years from now, like I went and I did it from the 23rd of this year, and then 23rd in 2003, the 23rd in 1983. I went back like every 20 years, and I saw that there were all these major crimes and destruction and all this stuff that was happening. So more research is needed for this specific date. It is a date that is very significant in the equinox, the fall equinox of things. This is why when we learn the zodiac, and we can all do this together, learn the zodiac together and know that there's these points of time throughout the year that are actually power points, when you can work with the celestial heavens and bring in energy or push out energy. There's just more research is needed. I do believe Santos Bonacci is very much onto something with all of the things that he has discovered. We need to just kind of look to these people who are working on what the alchemists of old knew. So that's for another video about alchemy and how important it is and tied into everything that we do and everything that's being done to us. So subscribe, like, and share if you haven't, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.